Are you thinking about buying a piece of property with a pine forest on it? Well, if you do, you might want to think about buying one of these. Because after every rainstorm, or just about every rainstorm, I find at least one of the dead pine trees down on the property. And you might say I could have went down through and cut the dead ones out, but it's not always the dead ones. I've got a few that were alive that came down this time. And we're in a drought. But the last two storms have brought down about 6 trees, so I'm going to spend a little bit of today showing you how I clean them up. Here's a quick example of one of them. As you can see, this tree was dead, and I'll take a video of the one that came down that wasn't dead here in a little bit. But as you can see, there's 2 trees down right here, and I've got to get it cleaned up just so I can keep the lanes clear. It's probably pretty obvious that I'm not a professional with a chainsaw. I use my tools in a manner that I am comfortable with. Ensure you follow all manufacturer's safety instructions with the tools and equipment that you use, because failure to do so could lead to serious bodily injury or death. I'm stacking the debris in a row that I can get to with my tractor and pick it up afterwards so that I can haul it off to a pile that I have at the back of our property. This is a live tree, but it's been pushed over to where the top of the tree is actually into the row on the left-hand side. You can't really see it well in this video, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it down while I've got the chainsaw out, because it's never going to straighten back out. This is a dead tree that's broken off about 4 feet up, so I'm going to go ahead and get it cut down. I try to hinge them to the side so that I can push them over and they'll fall down. If you know a better way to do this, please leave a comment in the comments section. As I said, I'm not a professional. All the dead material that you see there that's all brown is actually from the vines that are all over this property. I recently went through this section with a hedge trimmer to cut them all off down at the bottom and as high up as I could reach so that I could get them to quit growing around the trees. They'll literally grow around the trees and almost choke the tree off. And some of the trees I've got in the yard actually have spirals that look like threads from the vines growing up them and squeezing the tree as it grows. I'm going ahead and picking up some dead limbs and parts of trees that have fallen down that I've had stacked around the edges while I'm going to bring the tractor down through here while I'm getting these trees out of the way. Killing two birds with one stone. This is one of the live trees that was blown over. And when you looked at it, it looked like a healthy tree. So there was really no indication that there was anything wrong with this tree until I found it laying on the ground after the last storm. The trunk is still attached with the roots, so I'm going to pick it up with the tractor when I come back. And it's kind of funny because this tree here, when I went to pick it up, though it looked really, really healthy, the tractor was able to pull the roots right up and out with the stump and remove it. Whereas a little 3-inch tree that I'll show you here in a little bit gave me all sorts of trouble trying to get it out. I'm making the stack just past where the tree is so that I can pull it out before I get to the stack so I can pick it all up together with the tractor. Now that tree there has been leaning since Hurricane Helene. I've always been kind of just wondering to see if it would straighten up, but that's been almost 2 years ago, so I think it's time for it to go. So we're going to take it down today while I got the equipment out here. My apologies for the poor camera angle, but I wanted to go ahead and show this section instead of cutting it out because I do get the blade of the chainsaw stuck, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But this one was leaning kind of funny, and like I said, I don't cut trees for a living. I'm not a professional at it, so I do make mistakes. It's one thing I do kind of like about this Stihl 661 Magnum is it's powerful enough that sometimes when I make a mistake, it helps me out and gets it out. It is definitely overkill for the trees that I'm cutting up, but it happens to be the one that I bought for milling lumber with. I have access to other chainsaws, but this one is so powerful when I use the smaller saws, it just seems like it's taking forever to cut anything. And I kind of like how this chainsaw gives me a little leeway for when I make mistakes, because it is so powerful. Now we're going to work on this little 3-inch pine tree that I was talking about. It's funny, I wish I'd have got the video of pulling that other stump out from what looked like a healthy live tree, because it came out without any problem. But this one is kind of funny because it gives me all sorts of a headache here. Normally I grab onto a sweet gum or a maple tree like that and I can just pull it right out. This little 3-inch pine tree is just not wanting to go, and in the end I end up breaking it off, so I'm going to have to use a stump bucket to pull the rest of it out here in the future. But I thought it would be interesting to see because it is another way to get rid of some of the small trees without digging out the chainsaw, and usually I have better luck and they come out. While I'm working on getting this little tree pulled out, I thought I'd have a conversation a little bit about what I think I might do if I were to ever buy a piece of property like this again. Because these trees are so close together and it is so hard to work around with a tractor, I really think a skid steer would have worked a lot better. And I kind of wish I would have went to a dealer that sold tractors and skid steers because they may have steered me into a better direction. I spend an awful lot of time just trying to not hit trees when I'm backing up, though I hit trees backing up almost every day because it is so tight in here. The tractor just barely fits down each one of the rows. Additionally, I'm at 755 subscribers, and it would be really nice to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And if you've enjoyed the content and watching the videos, please like and subscribe because it does help the algorithm out and get the videos out to more people. And here the little fella finally breaks off. Success! Well, kinda. I still gotta go back and deal with the stump. And you may wonder when you see all these stumps around that I leave up, why I leave them up so tall. I like to leave them up high enough that there's absolutely no way I'm going to accidentally run into them with my lawnmower or the tractor. And if I cut them down near the ground, I do have a tendency to find them when I really don't want to. I really think for this forest property I would have really been better off with a skid steer, but I've never used one. If you have experience with a skid steer, or maybe you use one professionally, and you think it would be a better tool for this particular project, please leave a comment in the comments section, because I'm kind of thinking about, once I get this tractor paid off, selling it and getting a skid steer to make getting around the property just a little bit easier. Just showed a few of the trees that I cut up today. I ended up cutting up between 18 and 20 trees that I found throughout the property. It's kind of funny when you start looking for trees that need cut up. You think you got 6 or 8, and then by the time the day is done you got 18 or 20. But I just showed you a little bit to give you some kind of idea of what maintaining a pine forest might be for you. Now I know a lot of people burn them, and a lot of people do slash and burn. I'm not a real big fan of fire, because in my lifetime I've seen what happens when fires get out of control. So I'm not really a big fan, and besides that, my house is made out of wood, my shop's made out of wood, and I really would hate for them to get burnt down. Like I said, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. Maybe you can help me reach 1,000 this month. Thanks for watching, and may you have an awesome day.